What's up, all Deets here? I've been thinking about this one a lot. We're making a roast beef sandwich today. We'll make a little bit of horsey sauce, some au jus to go with it, some nice crispy haystack onions. This is going to be fantastic, and let's get cooking. So I got the good old eye of round cut of beef here, and I'm starting off by hitting this with a little bit of salt and pepper mix all over. I'm using this particular cut of beef because it is very lean and has a mineral flavor that is associated with deli style roast beef. If possible, once your roast is completely seasoned, let this sit for a few hours or overnight in the fridge. Into a roasting pan, I'm adding aromatics, which include rosemary, thyme, lemon, red onion, garlic, peppercorn, and a drizzle of olive oil. Next, I'm placing the roast beef on top, and this is going into a 450-degree oven for 15 minutes. After some color is formed on our beef, I'm inserting a meat thermometer, dropping our oven temp down to 350 degrees, and I'm going to cook this until the internal temperature registers 120 degrees Fahrenheit. While that's cooking, I'm going to prepare our horsey sauce. I'm starting by placing some garlic in some neutral oil, covering with tin foil and simmering on the stove until the garlic is soft and browned. Then I'm removing the garlic and grinding it down into a very fragrant paste. Into our mortar, I'm adding about a cup of mayo, half a cup of sour cream, 3 tablespoons of horseradish, a squeeze of lemon, and salt. Mix this together and make sure you taste as you go. Horseradish can severely differ in potency, so it's important to not only know how much you put in, but how much flavor you put in. I also recommend that you make this early as it gets better as it sits for a few hours. With our beef registering 120 degrees Fahrenheit, we're going to let this rest for a minimum of 20 minutes. Do not skip this, otherwise your beef will be dry. Now I'm removing all the aromatics from our roasting pan and pouring in some hot beef broth. I'm scraping all that deliciousness off the bottom and pouring it back into the pot. Also joining the party is a splash of Merlot, some lemon juice, rosemary, and thyme. Let that steep for a little bit, drain out the excess goodies, and there's our au jus. The last accoutrement in our sandwich will be crispy onions. As a dredge, I'm using some flour and Southwest seasoning blend, but you can really use whatever you think will taste good. With a pot of oil heated to 350, I first dip my onions into some milk. Next, they are going into some seasoned flour and getting completely coated. After, I'm plopping them into some oil until they're a nice golden brown, then I'm draining them on some paper towel. For bread, I'm using an onion bun and I'm toasting it up with some of the oil that I used to roast our garlic. Add even pressure on your bread to get a nice toasty crust on your buns. When cutting the roast, I'm trying to go as thin as possible to mimic that deli style roast beef. And with all our individual pieces finished, let's put this together. On the bottom bun, spread a thin layer of horsey sauce. Next, carefully fold and stack your beef. Then hit it with some of those crispy onions. Add another layer of that horsey sauce on the top bun, cap your sandwich, and serve with some hot au jus on the side. Here we got our roast beef sandwich with our haystack onions, our horseradish sauce, au jus. This thing is going to be awesome. Let's see how this is. So this sandwich is awesome, and it's a really good example of when you maybe do a little bit extra at each step, your flavor just gets maximized. With roasting this meat with the herbs and deglazing it into the au jus, even toasting the bun with the garlic oil from the roasted garlic, everything just worked together, and this is awesome. This is amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Yo, you should definitely like, share, and comment, but in reality, I'm just happy that you watched. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time.